Okay, so I'm assuming the Jackalor said yes, please, I'm falling asleep. So we shall continue. You are gathered in a glorious location, having just learned that oops.
I can still break his kneecaps. It's fine. Clearly, I need to show supremacy, right?
Mm-hmm. You know, um, let's do it this way, Keegan. Give me a luck die to see how close your sire is and if he's busy with something else.
F.
Okay, he's gonna text back. Um, how important is this?
I have the. I have Frank and a ghoul of the sheriff in my shop tied up. Apparently, he's has to do with her, but if there's gonna be issues, I mean, we can always do this another day. We can just keep him tied up in the shop for a couple days, right?
He texts back. You're awfully snarky for someone in your position. I'll get over there. Don't fuck up further. Text after that. About a minute later. Please.
Just gonna go outside and open a couple brewskis, put them on the table.
Yes, you're trying to attract birds, I see. Now this
No
is.
one knows but me.
Okay. Let's see. Who the fuck would he call? Not any of them. Definitely not them. Okay. He's gonna eventually show up, and he's gonna come with Mario and Wilburn, of all people.
Huh. Running out of NPCs.
There's reasons. Yeah, he's just gonna, you know, walk in, see the goals, sigh. Okay.
Things happened.
Yeah. Start from the beginning.
Is everyone still here? Or
Mm,
did they leave?
yeah, pretty much everyone is there.
Alright.
Unless they've said that they do leave. But I think you're in crisis mode again, where everyone's like, fuck, fuck, fuck.
Why did you bring him? I point to the Malkavian.
Wow. That's the Malkavian responding.
I just bury my face in my hands.
I was under the impression, this your side now, that you would want to de escalate this and resolve it without shooting people up.
I haven't hurt anyone too badly.
I'm gonna ask you again, and before you decide how to respond, I'm probably not gonna ask a third time, so please start from the beginning and explain what happened.
We were doing some jobs for the prince. I got tortured. When I woke up, I had some texts from Frank. He said that he was being watched. When I called him back, I noticed he was out of it. I assumed somebody got him. I found him, and this guy, I brought him back here, try to figure it out, and then we discovered it was the sheriff's ghouls. At least this one, according to the guy who was watching Frank.
Okay, that's. It's not great, but it could have been a lot worse. Did you. Okay, Frank is someone you knew from before, right?
Yes, he's an old pal.
Okay. Um, and you've been in contact with him?
Yes, he helped us out.
Oh, Bill. That's. It would have been so much easier if you hadn't stayed in contact with him.
Well, he knew about everything before I met you, so that wasn't gonna change. And I was eventually gonna get to him, but I kept getting busy. It looks like somebody beat me to the punch.
Bill, that's why you're supposed. You should have said something. Can literally alter memories. Just. Okay. Can't change that now. Looks at the others, mostly at Wilburn, so. What do you think? Wilburn just shrugs. I mean. He is new, and I don't think he was malicious per se, but I don't know. You know how she gets when someone fucks with her. She'll see it as people taking advantage. Okay, this is a teachable moment, I guess. So, Bill, or any of you really, can you tell me where you went wrong here? Or why the sheriff might be upset, or any insight into what the situation is actually like?
They didn't realize until I brought them into it, so it's all on me.
I mean, I guess most of us just arrived and heard the story for the first time as well.
Yeah.
I don't know how good you are at mind control. The two of you, that is. Not sure either of you is capable of modifying memories, but at the very least, you have sires that could have done it for you. You have two La Sombra and a Tremere in the clan. I find it hard to believe, even if you want to keep this on the down low, even if you don't necessarily want to go to the sheriff, that you couldn't have found someone to remove this Masquerade breach and render it a problem. This is exactly the kind of thing they use as an excuse to say that anarchs should have no fucking say in running anything. This is a textbook of example, other than, him turning into a hunter, which sometimes happens. This is a textbook example of how they say anarchs lead to things going very, very wrong. Oh.
So what do we do now?
Guess we have to call her. But, Bill, here's the thing. I really don't think you're gonna be able to continue with Frank as you have. He's either gonna end up gold, or he's gonna end up turned, or he's gonna end up mind wiped. Either way, she won't allow you to just keep him as your personal contact in the police force. And that's if we, convince her that this was just a stupid fucking accident. And I suppose this is something you guys should know. She makes a lot of effort to be very nice and civilized, especially to people that could be useful later. She gets deeply upset if people take that as an excuse to violate her territory or her authority, which is an awful lot like what this looks like. So I can't really predict how she'll react.
Well, this was clearly a big misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm. You've literally, from her point of view, come onto her street corner, pissed all over it, and are now telling her that it was a horrible accident and you didn't mean to do it.
Someone I knew was in trouble. I reacted before I thought about it.
Yeah, I know. You just did what you thought was right. Just try and keep a grip on yourself and don't make this worse. And, well, do you want me to call her?
Sure.
Okay. He's gonna step outside for a moment and he's gonna inform the sheriff. I think he needs to roll like charisma etiquette here because, whoo boy, you're one spicy son. Like, okay, it's a good start on that. Comes back inside. Okay, she said she would be coming over. She wants to speak to you in person.
Well, that's not gonna go well. Did she say how soon she was gonna be?
She said an hour. I'm gonna have to ask you kids to set all your weapons in a corner.
in my domain, in our domain. Can I roll something to retract that?
Like, he's understanding. He's not insulted. He knows who he turned. See, she's acting as the sheriff because not only is the police her domain, it's a domain she holds in part through her position and which she extensively uses to enforce order, and you fucked with that. Even if this was your personal domain, that wouldn't mean shit at this point. She promised she would hear you out, but she's not very happy about this.
Yeah, I'm not happy either. Can I have a private talk with my sire?
Sure. Let's step
Yeah.
outside, Bill.
I know there's not much I can do, but he said the option was just get rid of his memory. Does that include being a ghoul? The whole, because if that's the option, I want that one because I don't want him to be part of any of this.
You you can try, but try and read the room. She it's it's kind of a thing. There's been a couple of times where people have tried to push her because they figured they could get away with it because she's usually tries to be so understanding, and she kind of has a bit of a sharp reaction to people fucking with what she thinks is hers.
He's,
Kind
he's
of,
an old,
it's
an
kind
old
of
friend.
like a you. Yeah, I know, but like it. It's kind of like, hey, I tried to be nice to you, kid, and you fucked me. Well, fine, I'll fuck you right back. I don't necessarily like it either. It's just the way she is.
There's nothing we can finagle out of this.
I mean, there's nothing to finagle. You've been keeping an agent in what she considers her domain since you were turned. It it looks fucking horrible.
All right, I'll try to be civil.
Like like honestly, you should have told someone, and then we could have figured out what to do, whether to, you know, honestly, on keeping him out of it, you might be able to convince her, but you know, the boat might have sailed on that one.
So there's nothing I can do other than apologize.
I mean, you can try, but honestly, I know that's not necessarily your thing. Maybe if well, there's two things you can do actually. Get one of the mouthy ones to talk to her on your behalf, and don't let Dash open her mouth.
Okay, well, Tasha's gonna leave, get
Mm,
her, and go back to the base.
Dasha isn't going anywhere. She wanted to talk to everyone who was involved, and Dasha isn't going anywhere. Just try and convince her to speak as little as possible. I'm not even gonna try. I don't think she's very inclined to listen to me right now.
Steak could always work.
No, it won't. She'd just pull it out. Carol, I mean.
Well, fuck. Okay, I'll go have a talk with Tasha.
Okay.
Thanks for everything.
Kirk, on your way back from the McDonald's.
Yeah.
Your phone is ringing. It's Mom.
I'll answer. Yes.
Kirk,
Sure.
swing by our domain. Grab the biggest gun you still have in there and head on over to Bill's shop. I'll meet you there. Those fuckers raided the safe house.
Oh my fucking guts.
Yes, that was my reaction as well. We might have to break a few skulls.
I take. Do we have a semi-automatic shotgun?
I think you still do. Yeah, I think there's one left in the armory.
I'll pick it up.
I mean, she's gonna ask first. I mean, it's fine. We didn't do anything wrong.
Unless Bill makes her frenzied. She's gonna come in on at least one tick.
I actually had a semi-auto shotgun probably in the back
Yeah,
of my car.
me and you had semi-autos. Demi took a full auto assault.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take some extra ammo, sure.
And you drive over.
Okay, Tasha, this is important. I need you to shut your mouth. I'm saying this with the biggest amount of love.
Okay.
Just
Bill.
say you're following my lead, and that's it.
Bill, I understand and respect you, and you can go and eat a fat turd.
Tasha, the people I care about are still alive, and I want to keep it that way.
Wow.
Oh.
Well, that's just a reminder to remind her that she fucked up. I don't want to fuck up. She can hate me if she wants. I don't give a shit at this point.
Wow.
You keep acting like this big shot dipshit. If you want to go be an anarch, go be an anarch and leave. But otherwise, nobody's stopping you at this point. I need to keep the people I care about alive.
You see her making a visible effort to control herself. Alright. I hear where you're coming from. I'll consider it. She's gonna reluctantly pull her weapons off and just put them on a surface somewhere visible. What about Isaac and Solomon? Do you disarm?
Yeah, of course. I
Yeah,
put my
obvious.
various.
But we're not even part of this. Like, my gun, like, I just had like one gun, and it's like, yeah, sure, put it out of my coat and just put it over there.
Mm-hmm.
I have some Legos that I can display on the table.
Yeah, I would just like to go, like, while Bill and talking to Tasha, blah blah, see about finding somewhere that's a bit further away and just have a small like chat with Solomon.
Yeah, you can do that.
So, is it just me, or is there a feeling like we might be involved, like even though we're not?
Well, just tell her the story, like you. Like we went into it. It's not like we did everything right as far as I'm concerned. We might have saved the ghoul's life even.
True, but at the same time, I don't want to put it all on Bill. Like there has, I'm not. I'm trying to see what could I say that could actually be good for both of us, for the group actually, and if entirely.
Well,
Because
just lie to her. That's probably the best thing for everyone involved. Like she is probably going to be upset already.
I mean, of course she would be like, especially since we're like the only one be calling her, or she's being called because of us. So
yeah, just it's easy. As like just say the truth. It's you don't need to try and manipulate her. It's just she's just going to notice and kill us all.
I mean, even though this might be a dick move, what do you think if like it's the sheriff? Like if here's the thing, when we do talking, it's usually me, right, or Kirk even, but and if we wanted to get out, usually for some reason I'm it. So in this case, if we want to tell the truth in the entire situation, maybe it is better just to let Bill do the talking.
Hung out to dry.
We will see who will. She will ask who she wants to hear things of. I mean, dude, the situation is in her control, Isaac.
True.
You're not gonna say no if she asks you some questions, are you?
I mean, of course I'm not gonna. Of course. Yeah. Like we like literally just now found out that he was a masquerade breach as well somehow. Ugh. Guess we'll just have to find out when she comes over.
Okay. After a while, uh, she is gonna arrive. Kirk, you probably get there first. So I assume you're waiting outside.
I'll wait inside the car, waiting for her to actually arrive
Yeah.
here.
The bird is sitting on the passenger seat out of line of sight of the street. Just tells you this is completely fucked. You know that, right?
I know, this is the worst situation I could possibly be in. I'll do my best to make sure that Isaac doesn't get himself killed.
Oh, 100 bucks on Bill at least getting shot if not killed.
Yeah. I'll bet 150 that he's going to try and make some extreme demands of the sheriff.
I'm not taking that bet. Don't you have any faith in your party members? This isn't how the betting is supposed to work.
Uh,
He's already a traitor.
Okay. I'll bet 100 bucks that Isaac is smart enough to keep his mouth shut. At least when it counts.
I'll take you up on that bet.
Okay. The sheriff arrives. And you see her getting out. And two more goals. And let's see. Actually, it's gonna be Nicole that gets out with her.
Oh no!
You're terrible.
You just see her holding in her hands like a sheath sword, and she just draws it when she steps out of the car and spins it a few times to get the heft right.
Wow, Lasombra just get to do whatever they want on other people's territory, huh?
Yep.
Your sire is on the chopping block as well, Keegan. He's still responsible for you, remember?
So because you
mean-
touched the sheriff's domain, it's basically like your sire touched the sheriff's domain.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I didn't shoot up 4 or 5 Bruja.
Yeah, Linda still owes a boon for that, by the way. Do you get out?
Yes.
The bird flies to your shoulder and just gives a death stare to Nicole. She just freezes when she sees him.
Wow, Jack learned the bird are friends.
It was wait, the bird didn't dematerialize?
Nope.
What a cunt.
You know, you will later, like 60 years on the line, you will find out that this was the exact moment in which Linda's plan to take over the city failed.
Okay, so we're gonna have to wait for Jackalor to finish the call. At this point, pretty much everyone is sitting in their own corners, waiting for things on the inside. Unless someone wants to have another conversation with someone that's there.
Nope.
So how do I-
I'm just trying to sort of like not be in the forefront this time because I
Mhm.
do think it's a better idea if the actual perpetrator does talk about the situation.
So how do I disarm my claws? Do I just extend them, take them off, and put them on the table?
You can't really disarm them, but people might not know that you have them, so you might be okay.
Clearly, this is when Burning Wrath would have been better. One Punch Man.
Okay. So, Demi, everyone, you see the door get pulled up, and Nicole strides in first, followed by the ghouls. There's a sword in her hand. Ordy out.
Mm-hmm.
Sheriff comes in behind her. What would she have on her? Yeah, she's holding an assault rifle. Looks at the ghoul. Looks at Frank. Okay. Promised I would hear you out. Start explaining. And Kirk sort of sidles in behind them.
Little bastard. Frank's an old friend. We got some calls that he was in trouble. We got those when I was torpid after the fight with the La Sombra. Assuming that's why I was torpid, you got to him. When I gave him the call, I noticed he seemed out of it. I assumed had something to do with Faye or Sabat or something. I got worried. I reacted immediately, and this happened.
Alright. What about the rest of it?
I mean, he's an old friend. I basically tell him about a lot of things, and that was I was eventually going to bring him into the fold, but I kept putting it off because I didn't want to ruin our friendship because I thought that would. I guess I was still passionate about not ruining.
Did it occur to you at any point that you should contact me about messing with a goddamn police detective?
It didn't occur to me because he was an old friend.
An old friend who apparently was starting to lose it, from all appearances, because he knew things he shouldn't and was not being controlled in any way. Not by Dominate, not by the Blood Bond, not by anything. And you were the only one that knew that this was happening and just allowed it to happen. Until the safeguards I put in place to prevent this kind of stupid shit from having hunters in our face noticed that it was happening.
I guess I didn't really think it through. Still pretty new to all this.
I see. Do the rest of you have any comments? What about you, Solomon?
Well, yeah, that was quite a revelation today, I suppose.
You did not know about this before.
We were, Isaac and I were caught here earlier tonight to find these two gems in the possession of Bill and Tasha, and once we realized that it was a ghoul, and, well, your ghoul in particular, we did what I think was the right thing to inform
She
the
nods.
authorities.
She nods at you and turns towards Tasha. Tasha just shrugs and says, "I thought it was the fairies." Isaac, you came here with Solomon. Didn't know about this before.
I did not.
All right. So, what does everyone think is fair in this situation? Isaac, what about you? You're an upstanding member of the Camarilla.
Why are you doing this to me, Chris?
Well, there was a violation on your domain in terms of the ghoul and whatever Frank was. As we arrived, we noticed he was under Dominate. Perhaps as a both a sign of forgiveness but a fair punishment, perhaps Bill could owe you a boon.
I see. What about you, Solomon?
Masquerade breach itself. It has to be resolved, and I suppose there's technically multiple options.
Go on.
There's I mean, he could be ghouled by someone. He could be mind wiped, or I guess he could be gotten rid of. Though that's perhaps the mm, most troublesome, since missing people are sort of an issue.
I see. Dasha. Dasha just looks at Bill.
I'm just gonna shrug.
Looks at Frank. I guess it seems like a waste to just kill him. He seems decent-ish. Turns towards Bill. What about you?
I mean, I've already put him through enough. I think it'd be best if he just forgot about me and all of this. I know that's asking a lot. If he just went somewhere quiet and I could forget about him over, and it would be a lot better than if I found out something happened to him.
Okay. What are you trying to do? Trying to appeal to her decency?
I guess.
Can make a charisma empathy or manipulation empathy roll. I think it's more like manipulation, honestly.
Manipulation, empathy.
Mm-hmm. And call it
All
like
right,
a
let's-
7.
Okay, let's spend a willpower.
Jackal, if you're done with your call, your camera is still off. FYI.
Okay, I spend a willpower. That's the second botch I've gotten in a row. Fuck me.
Okay. It's not, it's swords.
Yeah, I know it's swords, but the way it was sorted,
Yeah.
it looks like a straight, not a flush. I'm being a dumbass.
Kirk, do you have an opinion?
I didn't hear much conversation. As I said, I was in a call.
She's asking what is fair in the situation to resolve it.
Well, clearly they broke the traditions. So the punishment, however, is it's not the gravest offense or gravest offense in breaking the traditions, but it is the breaking the tradition of the main.
It's also a masquerade breach.
Also, a masquerade breach, which is the worst of the two uh, crimes. For the breaking of the main, you could have him have his sire owe you a I don't know, major moderate boon or something. But for the masquerade breach, that's if you're being strict, that would be sentence him to death. But like a major boon from him specifically could work. But that's yeah.
You know, I like it. That seems fair. We're gonna call it a minor boon from the sire and a major boon from Bill. Bill, I would like to call in my major boon. Kill Frank. Clean this up for me. like I said, she makes a lot of effort to be nice, but when you push her too far, she has a problem with people doing that.
She just now has a new quirk. Every time we call or somehow related, there's always a 30-second pause of her like just rubbing her eyes, just like God.
Oh,
fucking
that
damn
started like 5 sessions ago.
it.
I think, given how much Bill cares about the people in his life, I think that might be a frenzy roll.
Okay, so what happened? I went to pee.
So, Juggler suggested that your sire would owe a moderate boon and you would owe a major boon. She said yes.
Jackal are always being such a cunt.
She said yes, okay. I'm gonna take a minor boon from his sire and a major boon from him. And then she said, I would like to call in my major boon. Bill, kill Frank for me.
Alright, so what's the difficulty?
For the frenzy roll? Well, let's see.
This would be public humiliation.
Yeah, I would say it most likely would be as well.
Ooh, and on the +2 difficulty, isn't that 9 + 1?
It is. Nicole's
Well,
already
looks
there, like, make my
die.
fucking day. I think the
No!
sword.
Looks like I'm gonna die today. Yeet.
Spin
So-
wheel. Oh wait.
I have 2 willpower. Okay, so
You can spend
self-control.
willpower on this. You can spend to have temporary control after you're already frenzied, but it's part of the Bruja weakness. You can't spend to prevent it.
So difficulty 9.
Yep. Well, 9 + 1 effectively, because she's literally telling you to, yeah, no. Okay?
Instant.
I believe that means that we are ready to roll initiatives. We can actually use the asylum map for this because it's a lot less cluttered.
What do you mean, lot less cluttered?
I'm just gonna remove all these useless people. Okay, so
Let's just make that bigger since it's not cluttered anymore.
what the? Oops.
We can drag ourselves out.
Yeah, I was like, time to roll my signature initiative of 4 again.
I mean, that's the same for me.
No, I meant 5, of course.
Oh,
Like,
fuck you!
Okay, and we need Mario out there on your side and the sire. Wait, he'll be there. Assume there's some bodyguards
I have the
around.
battle bonus.
And before Nicole rolls a 10 and has a 21 in initiative.
I don't think she has that big a bonus. I don't think she
Oh.
had celerity. She had some other spices.
She can still have a 20 technically if she has 5 dex and 5 wits, but
Actually, she is not gonna be that far off.
damn.
Oh Christ, I need to find all these cards. This is gonna take fucking forever. Add those. Then we need Mario and Dyson. Don't think Mario had any extra disciplines, did he? Okay.
Oh,
Oof, Mario actually worse than me.
Jesus.
Okay. So, how does Mario feel about this? Mario likes Bill, but at the same time, please don't.
It's clearly a frenzy. I can't control it, right?
Yeah, it is clearly a frenzy, but
I'm still gonna be blamed and get fucked for it.
it's more a question of what each person here thinks is appropriate because it's subjective, and Mario is seeing a lot of big guns on that side, and he doesn't want to be in the crossfire or in between Nicole and Bill. So, as much as he likes Bill, he's just gonna try and back into a corner for the moment and get his claws out in case someone comes at him, so he's ready. Solomon.
Let's see, we put our weapons away, so no
Yeah.
use in thinking about that. I'm not exactly able to stop Bill in any way, I think. You know, my Dominator's kind of shit. I'm probably. I mean, out of character, I don't think I'm even able to dominate Bill at all.
Well, yes.
And yeah, I can't hold him down either because I'm a wimp.
Just set him on
Can
fire.
you bump off your strength to 9 and then do it?
I can't. I don't have the time.
I know. I don't think you even could blood buff to 9 because it would go away before you had blood buffed up to 8.
Yeah, let's see. I guess I have to pray for the best. I don't think there's anything I can really do.
You can't prepare to just move away or to go on the the defense.
Oh, yeah, I guess he's in frenzy, isn't he? Yeah, I will prepare defensive action just in, like, the slim case that something happens.
Okay. Bodyguard. What do they have? We probably have assault rifles or shotguns on them, something nasty.
I think they have heavy revolvers for my guys.
I'm not sure you had your guys with you, but these would be the sheriff's ones.
Ah, okay.
I can drag an extra one out there, but
Don't bother.
never mind. Okay, did she have arsenal specifically? No, so they just have ordinary shotguns. Yeah. They are gonna shoot Bill if he approaches the sheriff. Isaac.
Yeah, seeing that he's insta-frenzying and being used to Tasha, my first reaction is try and get his attention so I can dominate him to freeze.
Alright, I need to have Tasha out there.
Because, you know, Tasha learned me a lesson a little bit.
Okay. Kirk. What do? You're muted. I can't hear you telling how you're gonna kill your friend.
Oof.
I was just sighing. I wasn't talking yet. Oh god.
I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone's
The
feeling
clear
it.
answer is that I should do privilege then, but no.
Emperor says that the punishment should be a diablerie committed on you, Keegan.
By his sire, of course.
Of course.
He is truly unworthy of the blood. Anyway,
At least I'm not a traitor like you.
He's just
I'll
pushing you to
prepare an
pull.
action to shoot uh, Bill if he tries to attack the sheriff.
Okay. Carol. Well. No, this should be well in hand. A lot of people are getting ready to shoot a bitch if he comes at her. So, let's play it absolutely safe. Because this dude is apparently a badass. 3 points going to Fortitude. And she's gonna shoot him. Tasha's just gonna casually walk out to the corner and pick up her revolver. Just in case. Bill, who has earned your wrath?
Okay, so Jackler recommended it, and the sheriff agreed to what he recommended, or what happened?
Yeah, she
'Cause I was
agreed
away
to
when-
what he recommended, but instead of keeping a major boon over you, she wants to immediately use it to punish you by forcing you to kill Frank yourself.
Ooh, okay, that's. Ooh, I don't know. It's either Jackler or her. It's difficult because he recommended it.
You could spend a willpower to go for Frank instead.
And do what?
Kill him.
Why?
Reasons.
Excuse me, that's out of character.
I'm gonna have to do it anyways, right?
You're either gonna have to do it or they'll most likely kill him. If you end up dying here, they might ghoul or turn him instead. But it's probably unlikely that both you and Frank are living through this.
There must be a sacrifice.
The Camarilla demands it.
Blood for the blood god.
Okay, wait a second.
Alright, I'm just gonna spend my willpower and then I'm gonna go over to Frank and snap his neck.
Okay. Okay. Bodyguard has a ready action in case you come at the sheriff as well. Nicole has the sword ready to try and punt you into orbit in case you come this way.
Is she going to spend intelligence?
No, he's apparently going for Frank, and she's got initiative, so.
True.
Dyson is gonna pick up like a length of chain or anything metallic that he can use to try and restrain Bill afterwards. And, well. So, Bill goes over to Frank. Give me a Dex Brawl attack at 6, because you're aiming for the head. And this will be lethal.
Yeah, what if I just spend potence?
That means that the damage will automatically go through and snap his neck, but you still need to grab hold of him because you're essentially leaping at him and trying to wrap your arms around his head. And while people are presumably trying to shoot in your general direction, etc.
Alright, so Dex Brawl. have strikes. And I have never lets go, so one of those apply, so I have one success.
I'm not sure because I wouldn't
Today has
call.
not been my day. Are you kidding?
This isn't really a strike, and Never Let's Go doesn't feel like it applies for this either.
Yeah. It's. I guess we could say that he's trying to like elbow strike right into the neck to just drive through it. What do you guys think? Committee
Up to you.
decision.
It does feel kind of anticlimactic. The Kimmy just misses.
It's true.
No, I have something good for if he misses. It's gonna hurt Keegan's soul, but.
Well, just do it then. Don't be a bitch.
Okay. In that case, he misses. Dasha heads for her weapon. Carol cancels the shot. Isaac, do you want to try and dominate him? Or do you cancel it?
Yeah. I would like to try and cancel it.
Okay, that it's
Okay.
cancelled. The beast has now focused on Frank. Next round he loses control. He just grabs Frank and sinks his fangs into the neck and starts ripping.
That's even worse.
Yeah, like I said.
Do I see, another person trying to, after this ends, try and restrain? This is more narrative now. We're not really following combat, right?
Essentially at this point, people have noticed that Dyson is picking up chains, like Nicole. Maybe some others look at the sheriff, she just nods, yeah, fine, get ready to restrain him. So
Yeah, I'd like to help with attempting to freeze the motherfucker after he's done. And Tyson's ready, like just combo on him right there and then.
I think we don't even need to roll for that. There's enough people here that even with Bill, he just ends up like Hulk, with like 4 or 5 people around him pulling on chains, locking him down.
So I don't get out of it after attacking? Or getting... Or is it a botch?
Do you want to avoid them preventing you from attacking someone important in a frenzy?
Is that
Well,
really a choice?
I didn't know how long it was gonna last, that's the question.
It isn't, but this is a narrative thing, so I'm asking if he wants to roll it out, we can try. But I'm giving him a note. If he's okay with being restrained like that, that's what happens.
Well, more along the lines of I wanted to just see what I did and just collapse or something like that. Because I wanted to just make it quick, and then I did this.
You can try and roll to snap out of it at the original provocation. You might get a moment of clarity.
Sure.
Yeah. You get a few seconds where your vision clears and you see what's left of Frank. You don't recognize the face, you recognize his glasses.
That's a conscience hit right there.
Go ahead and roll again. You have 1 success so far. As you're looking down at him, you see something fly over your head, and you feel the chains start to wrap around you as they move in.
Freeze.
Ooh.
Damn.
Okay. Keep rolling, Keegan. You might succeed at this rate. You have 2 so far. Yeah, that fails. So, he gives you enough time to, especially with the dominate, because he's at willpower 1 left now. So even with the frenzy, you would be rolling at 3. So yeah, they restrain you.
Man, Dominate has saved so many asses from friends, including my own.
Mm-hmm.
And I've yet to frenzy, guys.
And let me just move a certain Frank to a dead folder. I think we have a dead folder somewhere, right? Yes, we do. Right at the very top, the most important one. Who has the most family left now?
I think it's still Solomon.
Actually,
No, I'm pretty sure it's Kirk.
Well, Kirk, but that's because he has bosses and
Eric was
secretaries.
your friend, right? The one that died. He should be in the dead folder.
I think he is.
Dem-
Who?
Eric Demi. I think he died at the very start. Let me check your bio.
No. That's Anthony. Eric is the
Oh,
is yeah,
he's
Lord.
the new guy.
No, he's the
Yeah.
fairy.
Yeah.
But he died in the
At the
absence.
start, I'm like, hold up.
So, oh yeah, that's a lot of people in Kirk's list. We need to thin that herd. Okay, so eventually, Bill is gonna snap out of it. Before that happens, after he's chained down, you will recall this afterwards in a blurry, rage-filled sort of sense.
Can I just have blood tears streaming down my face
Yeah.
while I'm in?
Sure, set
Frenzy.
yourself at full blood pool -1. And she just tells you before she leaves, don't fuck with the Masquerade again. Or my domain.
Mostly my domain.
And yeah, she's gonna leave with Nicole and leave you to clean up the mess. Well, they'll take their goal, of course, but you know. They don't think Aiden is normal. You Googled him. I'm pretty sure. He was the brother, right?
No, my brother has like another biblical name. I just forget it right now.
Moses.
Moses, I think.
Yeah, Aiden was...
Isn't that your cat?
No. This dude, he's another professor and an old friend.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the cat was named Moses. No, it's Morris.
Eventually, you're gonna snap out of it, Bill. Your sire does have a bit of empathy, so there's bits of Frank on the floor, but he's dragged most of the body out of sight.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna lose. I think losing willpower right now would be fair. Just because realizing what I did, what I tried to do.
I think you need
Look,
to
conscience
roll me a conscience roll as well.
So, out of willpower, what's the difficulty? Just 8? Or
Just 8. It doesn't really differentiate. Unless it's really extreme, and well, this might kind of count it. You're also forced into it, but it's... Yeah, you feel fucking horrible about it. You essentially got your... Well, you only have one person left that you actually cared about before. Well, not counting your brother, but he's a ghoul, so he's kind of tainted by the blood and all its bullshit as well.
I'm just gonna lay there and not do anything.
Well... That happened. This is Tasha. So, fuck. Well, I think I know where he keeps the mops. We should clean this up for when he snaps out of it, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose so.
So, one of them kind of props you up against like a tire while the rest of them start mopping the floor around you.
There's just a puddle of blood. Oof. Blood. There's still blood streaming down my face. I don't make any sounds. There's blood streaming down my face.
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna mop that up?
It's if no one else volunteers, his sire is actually gonna like take out a napkin and try and smear some of it off.
Oh, you're such a good guy.
Best sire out of all, you fuck.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I fucked my sire up.
I don't know, Jack Laura, I think, is really proud of Mom today.
Yeah, she
Go.
handled that masterfully, really.
Go fuck yourself.
It was the best option that I didn't even think of.
Yeah, for a monster.
She's at
I mean-
Humanity Force. She has moments like this, yes.
How cruel was this? Is that enough for her to roll humanity?
She did it to essentially, I would say that her convictions would probably cover this because
Yeah.
she tries to
yeah.
get along with people, and that only works if people respect her strength. So this was necessary.
Be right back.
Sly is there, you notice at some point. Demi sitting on a card is giving you a, like a I told you so look.
I'm ignoring Sly right now.
Mm-hmm.
Sly is not being good today, or yesterday, or the last fucking month.
You burned my father, bad bird. Okay. So I think everyone is suitably chastised here for treating the Masquerade lightly, and possibly for thinking that the sheriff's patience is infinite with screw-ups. So I don't know, I think we can either wrap here or we can have some conversations after the fact about how people feel about what happened here.
When do we do the report?
You haven't
Next
been
session.
you haven't been told yet.
Well, just to notify, next Saturday I've been invited to another birthday party.
How many friends do you have suddenly?
I think he needs to have I think he needs to have far fewer, honestly.
Less. Nah, just kidding. I don't know. It's up to you guys.
We can just fade out with everyone just kind of being awkwardly silent, just shuffling around as they clean up. Someone has to take Frank's corpse out to the desert, for example. Things like that.
Fuck it, I'll do that.
Okay.
But not alone. I'd like if somebody joins me.
Yeah, Tasha will go with you.
In that case, yeah, I'm gonna have a bit of a conversation in that case. So after probably a bit of silence, driving, like maybe middle of the way there, I'm just gonna go like, so, uh, what do you, how do you think Bill is gonna handle everything after this?
I think he's gonna try and kill the bitch.
I mean, sounds about right. On that note, quick question: are you gonna help him?
Nah, I don't think so.
Fair enough.
Contrary to popular opinion, I don't actually have a death wish.
Yeah, I I really wish I could have done something more there to protect his ass, but
He didn't
I
fucking
didn't
tell
know what.
anyone he was that the guy was actually the fucking no.
Yeah. I mean, God bless Solomon as well, finding out that he's 100% a ghoul. If you didn't know that, things could have gone even worse. Yeah, this entire situation, week, I don't even know anymore, has just been consistently fucked up.
Okay, they set us loose after this. Wanna come and visit LA with me?
Uh, you know, we've mentioned LA a few times, but I'm most likely going to come back.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
It's just, you know, I can handle a lot of shit, but traveling alone, I'd rather not.
yeah. That just brought an image in my head. Do you ever think like some of the older fellas when they're like pissed with stuff decide to go on like a week vacation on the Bahamas or something?
It's probably something like an ancient tiki god there or something.
Yeah, at that point you don't know what's more problem. That would be refreshing though. Yeah, I'll come with you to LA. Just over there, not sure how well they'll treat my ass, so you know, be my back support and I'll be yours.
Yeah, sure.
Sweet. Wait, we've been driving to the desert. Did we bring shovels?
Yeah, I brought shovel.
Oh, God bless. Don't have to turn around.
Yeah, that would suck.
Oh, yeah, it would.
Hey, we're in the middle of nowhere. Do you hold shovels at 1 a.m. at night? We would like a tarp and a pair of shovels, thank you. Oh yeah, no, we're going out to the desert. Nice night out, isn't it?
As bad as that sounds, I don't know why, but I want to say that's not even the worst we've done.
No, that would be the Malkavian.
Oh, yes. I will never get that out of my system.
Fuck Malkavian.
Yeah, fuck Malkavians.
Yeah, we don't want to go to Santa Monica when we're over in LA.
Out of character, that's brilliant. Yeah.
It's like
I-
Malk Central over there. Ooh.
Yeah, I've handled Mal. You know, it's at one point it was entertaining being Hitler, but for the sake of roleplay of some sorts. But when you realize for what and how, no. I swear I can still remember some of the snickers when we were giving the report.
I mean, it's a funny story.
I'm also a bit happy that finally somebody called me an actual La Sombra, not a Ventru. Except they also thought I'm on the wrong side.
Maybe you are.
You know, it's clearly, if you were at the Sabbat, nobody would mistake you for a vampire.
Oh, he acts like a pansy, but Shank's a bitch. Yeah, he's La Sombra.
So,
I
about the
haven't.
whole LA thing, how long were you thinking of staying, even? A few months?
In LA? Well, let's see how it goes.
You know, the way you say that makes me a bit uneasy.
I mean, it's like a half dozen different baronies splitting the city, and each has its. Well,
So
like 5 places to visit, cause not Santa Monica.
true. It's gonna feel like a little bit like tourists. You know, we come in, book a hotel, take pictures of the local baron and its denizens, come back.
Yeah, you probably don't want to speak like that in the Bruja areas. They'll shank you.
I presume that already.
But no, that's fine. I'll shoot them in the kneecap if they try.
Why is it always the kneecap, by the way?
Cause it hurts like a motherfucker.
Sure, but you know, here's the thing, right? Yeah, kneecap, right? But
It also makes it harder for the fucker to lunge at you if they want to hit you for it.
this is going to be entirely wrong, and please don't take this to actual heart. But wouldn't it be smarter to then shoot for the groin?
No, cause that doesn't disable the legs.
I
Not
Okay.
on a vampire.
Fair enough. I mean, I haven't been shot there yet, but I would presume it still hurts like a motherfucker more than a kneecap.
Do you want her to demonstrate?
I don't want to demonstrate.
You see her actually for half a second just glance towards her gun as if she's considering it, almost on
Yeah.
reflex. But she
But-
pretends that, nothing's wrong.
Please don't. I was simply curious.
I think we're far enough out anyway. I haven't seen a house for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. By the way, yeah. I'll start driving us off road then, and sort of just go to where it feels like it's secluded. You know, maybe a bit rocky. You know, maybe a boulder if there exists. Like just standing there, maybe around it. You know.
Okay, Demi, I'm gonna need you to do something for me.
So
Give me a luck roll.
no, no, no.
Gangrel
Reed,
territory.
fucking coyotes. We're coyotes. You know, I would say werewolves, but coyotes in this sense make actually more fun.
Okay. You get out and start digging.
Diggy diggy hole.
Demi,
Mm-hmm.
roll perception alertness.
Please tell me that's Tasha.
That is Tasha.
Okay.
Let's see, I have this set up. Okay, good. Just with generic stats, that'll do nicely.
With Werewolf Scout rolls initiative.
No, stop that. Never get. That's a cunt.
So,
What a cunt.
you start tossing the dirt onto the body, and you just feel a movement of air behind you, and something just from above in a deep, raspy voice says, "So, what you guys doing here?"
Stop. You know, the comical thing. Stop, freeze, look up. Hello there.
It's a werewolf in Krenos form, looking down at you.
We're burying a body.
And you can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Really reeks of blood. He had an accident?
Yeah, looking at it, you could say that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, not sure I'm cool with that.
Yeah, our bad.
You couldn't have known. How'd this happen?
Uh,
Long story. Come on, say it.
a lot of mauling on it. Not me, though. No. Um, if you don't like it, we could dig it out and move it somewhere else.
His hand lashes out and grabs Tasha's shoulder. If you put that silver into the gun, I'm gonna get upset.
See, there's a reason we were not trying to be aggressive, hopefully. Because this is unexpected.
No, I totally understand. I'd be shitting my pants too if someone walked up to me in a situation like this.
I'm even very glad that we could even talk right now, and instead of just instantly attempting to kill each other. So, thank you for that.
What is your humanity rating?
7.
Just sniffs at you. Sniffs at Tasha. Well. Okay then. Feathers of your kind, come here. I'm gonna shank them. You get a free pass tonight.
Thanks.
No, you can bury him here, it's fine. There's another half dozen corpses scattered over our territory.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
And yeah, just nervously continue digging and sort of going a little bit robotic, like tense, like dig, not really changing the maneuver, just like
Yeah,
dig.
Tasha is just pushing the dirt into the hole, not even shoveling. As fast as she fucking can. Just
After
the
we're
right
done.
party composition.
Yeah, Jesus fuck.
After we're done, hopefully pretty quick, if he's still there, just go like, thanks once more. We'll be taking our leave now. Have a good night and day.
You can't see him, but as you're driving off, you hear a howl from behind you. So he's letting his pack know about you.
As we're driving away, you just look to Tasha and be like, well.
She just gives you like a, oh fuck, we nearly died look.
On one point, I want to say, like, just like this should have been done in like every movie, like going out daring something, but then we forgot to put in the fact that we're vampires and there's werewolves out here.
Yeah, no, it didn't occur to me either.
Mm-hmm. What's the what's the speed limit here?
You're ways out of the city, and Texas isn't that populated. You can probably go pretty fast until you start hitting outskirts again.
I'm not going super fast because I'm not the best driver, but I'm definitely adding a little bit more additional gas trying to get the fuck out.
Yeah. You think you see a flash of a figure a couple minutes out from where you buried the body that's just watching by the road as you pass by.
Mm-hmm.
There are no other horrible occurrences that happened to you.
Well, we've learned something today, though.
A lot of things, actually.
Yeah, I've learned they won't insta kill you. At least you can talk to them. Also, yeah, they kind of sniff you. What do you think they were sniffing for?
Silver.
Besides the silver. Well, yeah, but we had silver and he still didn't kill us. Why?
I mean, he just wasn't a cunt. I mean, he was less of a cunt.
He just liked your cologne.
Like, maybe he was a hippie one, high on weed. Maybe they farm it out here or something.
There's desert everywhere. Do you think it can grow?
Maybe they have like a. I don't fucking
had-
know. Maybe
You've
they have
never
like
had cactus
solar
claw?
batteries at just like an underground bunker with rows of weed or something. I don't know how werewolves do things.
Neither do I, and they just let a couple of vampires survive. Ah. I think for the sake of anything, this stays between you and me, and if we ever come back out here, we just tell everybody no. Deal?
Yeah, no, it sounds good. Yeah.
Yep. And we just drive out.
Okay. Meanwhile, while they're handling this back at the garage, are there any conversations you wish to have? Eventually, the people who came here, you know, what was it, Wilburn? Oh crap, I'm blanking on the other names. Oh, vampires.
Wilbur and Mario over there, and
Dyson, yeah. They're eventually gonna drift out. Dyson, just before he leaves, tells Bill to, if you want to talk or if you need anything, let me know. You know how to reach me.
Just not.
Gives the you two like a look like, don't you dare pick on my boy.
don't think you would survive it even if you tried.
Fuck off, Timmy. I'm just gonna say sorry for the trouble, and then I'm gonna lock myself in the.
Okay. In the office?
Or wherever I have in the garage.
Yeah. You notice a few spots of blood there. It's where they had Frank's body dragged in. They missed a bit.
Well, I don't have any willpower to do anything, so I'm just gonna lay down and not do anything.
Okay. Actually, since you're a survivor, you kind of have a nature of continuing on and trying to keep things going even if you're, ground down. So it's if you're acting that out, you probably go to work on some of the projects you have in the garage, like cars and shit.
I'm probably gonna finish the boons I owe for the Malkavians.
Mm-hmm. That's also a
Start
thing that
working
needs
at
to
those.
eventually be done. Okay, but yeah, so Kirk, would you like to try and justify your actions to Solomon?
Solomon, why does it have to be like this?
Says the man who handed over Tiffany to the sheriff.
Oof. Oh. Maybe we are indeed cursed.
Perhaps we are.
It's almost like the powers of the night in your blood are consuming everything you ever had or enjoyed.
I just wish there was a way to not have to do all this. Yet here we are.
It's easy. Just have your morning coffee out on the porch as the sun comes up.
Oof. You can't even. But you can't even drink the coffee, probably.
Well, you could. You just need Domino of Life.
Yeah, that's true, but I have no such cravings.
You're a pretty good concept for a Tremere with a addiction for coffee.
You couldn't get high on the caffeine, though. You could just enjoy the taste.
Yeah.
It's worth learning a ritual.
This night's been such a fucking mess.
Can't disagree with that.
Just wait until you trace the rest of you.
He hasn't betrayed anyone. That bit with Linda doesn't count, and that bit with the sheriff doesn't count, and I'm sure all the other bits don't count either.
Yeah, at least it will take like a while until these plots actually play out.
So,
You're muted. You're muted, Jackalor. Still muted. Very muted.
wait, can you not hear me?
We
No.
can now.
We really can't.
Now we can, I think.
Still muted, Jackalor.
Like, I must have not been pushing the button properly.
No, you didn't. You still aren't.
Danny, please.
Why do you like this?
I want to kill Demi now.
Listen, I've been maneuvering you into a position where you could get away with it. Couple more sessions, Jackalor.
Lucky we're ending the campaign in 2.
Unless I get to Jackler first.
So what were you
No.
saying to Solomon?
What do you, Tremere, do all day in the Chantry?
Read books, write books, research, magical stuff.
Nerd!
God damn it.
What kind of books? Occult stuff, I assume, but like anything interesting?
Well, yeah, for the most part.
You can roll perception, empathy on him, and you can oppose with manipulation, subterfuge, because we know what you do with that caitiff you found.
Sure, it's... Manipulations, 3, subterfuge is 3. 6 times.
No specialties.
Yeah, sounds boring, Jackalor.
Yeah, true. Though I read a fair share of my own books to learn to control the tentacles and shadows that I can summon now.
I see.
My sire started me on like the complete series of Harry Potter, and then I moved on to the Lord of the Rings to learn about elves and fairies and
Actually, yeah.
Probably more Lovecraft.
doesn't actually love you. It's a chaos god that clearly backs your characters and give them access to fate.
yeah, I know. It's Slanesh, isn't it?
Jeff?
Well, I guess at the end of the night, all that's left are our regrets.
Okay. I mean, you could always use the name Nyaxi and check in on your daughter once you're somewhere alone.
Yeah, I could, but I also could not.
It's almost like he's afraid of fucking with demons.
His wife isn't.
Oof.
Okay, listen. Even if sex is involved, it's technically a ritual of worship, so it doesn't count, Demi.
Consent
Oof.
is the most important.
No, depends on demon. Okay, so let's go around and see what lessons were learned. Keegan, what has Bill learned?
Should we not
But you have
start with me?
Okay. I will savor the meal to come as I feast on your pain. Demi.
I mean, there's a lot of lessons I've learned from the whole situation, but I want to go with this lesson just because it's fun. And I wrote it in Tabletop Public already at Guild. The werewolves that actually stop and talk to you are the most dangerous of them all.
Okay, why?
Okay, think about it like this, right? You're that alpha that you know they can't do shit to you. So you just talk to them like you are the alpha there. Versus a chihuahua that will bark at you because I'm a doggo.
I mean, two stupid vampires who are clearly too young to know this is werewolf territory. Of course, it has little to fear.
Yeah. But
He gets shot in the head.
compared
Dies
to the previous
instantly.
pack, yeah.
Oh, they talked to you first, too. They gave you an opportunity to give up Jackalorf.
Mm, fair enough, but we were also talking to a 13-year-old.
Okay, fair enough. Jackalorf.
Ah.
Did mom make you proud?
That Kirk has learned that talking to Linda is incredibly scary.
You did know that? Actually, yeah, no. She hadn't called you in for a one-on-one before this.
Nope. One wrong move and you're dead.
You know, that's what a real Assombra Elder is like. She doesn't intend to kill you. She doesn't even have to think about what it would take to kill you and get away with it. Because you won't fucking dare. Screw with her.
Exactly.
Solomon.
I mean, Solomon know that there's a terribly ruthless side to the sheriff, and he hopes he will never have to oppose her, but if he does, he will remember this.
Okay. Keegan. What about Bill?
Well, he learned he fucked up, so he he learned a big lesson from this, which don't fuck up.
something along lines of the traditions not being seen as just guidelines by the elders.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's certainly justified. And how does Tasha feel like? Well, some fights just aren't fucking worth it. Namely, trying to defend Bill there, especially after he was a cunt. Yeah, no. I think this is the first time she legit just said, nope, not getting involved.
Mm-hmm.
And for Sheldon, what the fuck do they do when they go out? Why do they have this dead look on their face? And why are some of them splattered with blood now?
Why do they always leave me home alone for like 8 hours every day?
Okay. So, Keegan, which NPCs might deserve some XP?
Let's do my sire and let's do Mario.
Sire and Mario. Okay. Ah, yes, the bike's outside. Lovely. Demi.
Sheriff, one.
Mm-hmm.
And for the second, I'm gonna go with Nicole.
For being aggressive cunt.
Mm-hmm. Actually, no, there's technically somebody else because I totally forgot about the start, but this is a learning experience, so I kind of have to force to give it to it. Want to Sly instead of Nicole.
Okay. Oh, joyous day. Joyous, joyous, joyous day. Pyretics 3.
Oof.
Pyretics 3. I think that was 4 per level for the art part of it, so.
Yep.
Ah, he ascends. Jackalor.
I'll give one to the sheriff and one to Linda.
Okay. Ah, yes, Linda. And Naxi.
One to Linda and one to Sly.
Okay. Alright, then favorite and least favorite moment. Keegan.
All my fucking botches.
They're not really botches.
They would have been.
Is that your
That's about it.
is that your favorite or least favorite moment?
That's my least favorite moment.
Okay. Demi.
2 favorite moments, the entire, actually 3. Linda and Kirk, pretty nice. Actually, I just like the entire session in general. Me and Sly, the werewolf at the end, this entire situation. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. It is a good counterpoint when the sheriff actually shows why she is the sheriff. Jackalor, what about you?
I really like the thing with Linda. It really put me on my toes.
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost like she's a real primogen or something.
Almost.
Naxi.
Yeah, I think all the conversational stuff was pretty good, though. I could have lived without some Truha preaching to me about the tradition.
Oh, yeah. Me and Solomon were just thinking afterwards, like, You know that feeling when somebody else's parent is giving you a lesson about don't do this, even though you didn't do it because you're smart enough to not get involved, and you still have to listen to that parent rambling. It's like, can we go now, ma'am?
So what you are saying is that was a very realistic situation.
Yeah.
Lol.
Well, for good or for ill, you guys are kind of seen as a unit, and you're mostly known as a coterie rather than for your individual actions.
I thank the prince for that.
But yeah, essentially, you kind of get lumped in together, sometimes unfortunately. So, everyone take a willpower point.
Woohoo, I'm full willpower, boys. Feels
Same.
good being. I am filled with determination.
Mm-hmm.
So do I get 2 for surviving, or do I not?
I'll give you 1 if if Bill is essentially puttering out doing everyday things to try and keep some semblance of his life together for the rest of the night. He's essentially goes into doing everyday work. And then we'll count it as 2. Dracula got 1 for making a boo-boo at a McDonald's with a talking bird. Solomon, do you feel like you've come in some way closer to saving Kylie?
But no, I'm good on willpower actually. I'm fine.
Okay. So, I guess that's everything.
Is it
XP?
though? Is it? Aren't you forgetting something?
Okay, we have a public service announcement.
No! Who's the MVP? Did we declare who's MVP?
No, we didn't.
No.
But public service announcement. Parents,
you.
we would like to talk to you about a very vital issue. You need to discuss the traditions with your children and make sure that they know safe conduct in mortal society at all times.
Don't
Oof.
forget about the birds and the bees.
I think
You mean
explain
the-
that after it's traditions.
Yeah, actually, Demi, it's called the tradition of progeny. It's the third one, I believe.
Okay, MVP.
Keegan.
Yeah, pity
Yeah.
point goes to Keegan.
Yeah,
MVP, it's pity point. Come on, you
Not
can't
call it the
match up-
pity point.
It was definitely MVP for
I
like
mean,
not
technically,
getting
it is
yourself
the-
killed during the frenzy.
Okay, hold up. We can't call it MVP, but it's also rude to call it the pity.
It's
I
the
mean, it
roleplay point for immense spiritual pain.
A roleplay point.
I mean, it would have been an MVP point if I was actually able to kill Frank without frenzying.
Yeah, by the way, that 1 dot of allies, that was Frank, so,
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Hey, Chris.
hmm
I have 2 XP. Can I get my contacts rating up to 2?
Those are usually roleplay only.
What a fucking badass T, am I right, guys?
Okay, Debbie, it sounds like you haven't learned a lot this session and you are bored. I saw you on your phone a lot, in fact, so -1 XP.
Okay, I'm not using cameras anymore.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Jackalor, what the fuck?
You can invite him back again.
God damn it, I need to find him now. he's gonna be in the wrong box now.
Oof.
I was doing Jackal or who removed me. Who get? Oh yeah, he's actually technically the owner. Yeah, why is he the owner? What mistake did we make in this world?
It's
The right one.
You know what?
you-
I'll have my revenge.
I think you are. What the? Sydney! Why are you
See,
like
let's
this?
go.
Can you not?
Stop.
Seriously, we need to wrap up.
We did wrap up, didn't you? And
No, not yet.
fucking guy, you're so fucking bad.
Oh, well, thanks for watching this shit show.
F's in chat for Frank.
F.
Okay, well, everyone, say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Next, you want BRB.
Mm-hmm. And remember, the masquerade is important, kids.